Hello, I'm Sharon Phelps, a licensed marriage and family therapist and a relationship coach. After working with hundreds of couples, day in, day out, year in, year out, month in, month out, almost all of my days, I have discovered and been able to tell the 9 important factors that would determine how you recover from an affair. The first factor is you have to know that it's going to take both of you in order to be in this process to recover from the affair. It's not just a one person's job. Everybody have different jobs, different tasks, and different obligations within this process of recovering from an affair. So knowing that it would take a team would be the first thing that you need to understand in recovering from an affair. The second thing that you need to know is the unfaithful person must be accountable. You must be accountable. You must say that you will be accountable, and you must understand the behaviors that go along with accountability. So after you say, baby, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I know that I've hurt you. I know that I've let you down. I know that this is not what you expected from me. Then you have to transition to doing. How are you going to do accountability in this relationship? What is the behavior of accountability in order for you to recover from the affair? Now, this goes to step number three, or thought number three, or process number three is the person that did not do the cheating or wasn't unfaithful. You have to be able to communicate what you need to forgive. Understand that you don't have to wake up in the morning and say, I forgive you. You need to be able to understand what's going to put you on a path to forgiveness. And you have to be able to communicate what forgiveness is to you. What does this person do in order for you to say, yes, I feel like I can start a process of forgiving? That then helps the accountability partner start doing accountability. They cannot do accountability if they don't know what you need in order to forgive. Because you don't want somebody possibly buying you gifts, saying all the right things, and it's not adding up. So you have to sit with yourself and say, yes, these are the things that I need in order to start a process of forgiveness. The accountable person, the unfaithful party, you must understand you have to seek the forgiveness. Seeking still depends on the communication of the other person who needs to know what they need in order to forgive. So if you're going to seek the forgiveness, consistency is key. Seeking the forgiveness is a long term process that works hand in hand with accountability. So, four is, how will forgiveness be seen? While four is dependent on the communication of your partner and what they need in order to understand that it's safe to forgive you, you still have a part two in the seeking of the forgiveness process, which is what consistency, what accountability is, and knowing that they definitely work together. Step five is being able to communicate what happened the most, or what hurts the most, about the affair. What is hurting the most about this affair? Sometimes it's, well, did you love them? It's the lies. It's who. It's where you went, what you did, how many times. It's a lot of factors that can hurt the person about the affair, and it's not always just the affair itself. It could be things like, I don't feel like you gave me time to correct the things that you were complaining about. It could be things even that, well, I can understand how we got here, but did you have to continue to do what you were doing? Or why couldn't you just be honest? Was it the dishonesty in itself? the person just not saying, I have something to tell you. So, what hurts most about the affair is really important. And what do you need to know about the affair? You need to come up with a list of about maybe 3 to 5 things that's a priority for you to have absolute transparency about the affair. Nobody's going to ever remember everything they did every single day and every minute of the day when they were participating in an affair. So if you say, take me back 4 months ago when it all started, what color shirt did you have on? And then they say purple. Then you go back to their social media on that same day, and then they have on a pink shirt. And now you feel like, well, I can't trust you because you can't even tell me what color shirt you had on. While that's on the surface level, I need you to understand you need to know what's important for you to know about the affair. What do you really, really need to process about this affair? So that's 5. 5 is what hurts most about the affair, and what are the top priorities? What are the top maybe 2 to 5 or 3 to 5 things that I just absolutely must have transparency and honesty about when it comes to this affair? Number 6 is, do you really need your old relationship back? I'm not sure if you really need your old relationship back, and I'm not sure if your old relationship foundation is what led to the affair in the first place. Sometimes you have to understand affairs as poor management of stress. Some people drink, some people do things that they should not do when they have poor management of stress. And having an affair with somebody always doesn't mean that you don't love the person that you're with. It just means I manage my stress poorly. I need an escape. So I made this decision to manage my stress in a poor way. Number 7, release the shame. Both people have to release the shame. You have to not feel like a stupid person because you're choosing to forgive. And you can't have shame because you made a decision to break a boundary and break a rule in your relationship. If you're going to have shame, it needs to be useful. I personally don't agree with things like shame, not unless it's going to serve a purpose. So if your shame is not going to serve a purpose and help you be more accountable, communicate more effectively, and manage your stress more, then kick it to the curb. If your shame is not going to help in the process of forgiveness, kick it to the curb. Release the guilt. Release the guilt because the guilt will be a roadblock and a barrier to accountability and the seeking of forgiveness. And now let go of judgment. This is mostly for the person that was faithful. You cannot be embarrassed to forgive and continue to work on your relationship. You cannot feel like you're stupid, dumb, deserve, maybe you do deserve better, I don't know. But, all of those things that come along with judgment. What type of person would forgive a person that's broken their heart? Does this mean? A lot of people have a lot of judgment against themselves, and this will also be a roadblock and barrier to recovering from the affair. So you need to understand that shame, guilt, and judgment can be roadblocks to true recovery. So you have to release it. And besides, if it doesn't serve a purpose, you need to let it go. So if you're not judging yourself and it's making a difference in your life and making a difference in your relationship, you have to let it go. As far as the person that's having accountability, you have to release the shame, guilt, and judgment because it's going to be counterproductive to your process of accountability. You don't want your partner feeling like they have to take care of you because now you have this high emotional thing about feeling guilty, having shame and judgment, and now you're crying and you're all over the place. And now the partner who's hurt and who's been faithful Now I have to shift focus towards making sure you're okay. While I'm not saying that it's not a thing, you just have to understand the delicate dance, work together, and then don't make the process more about how bad you feel that you broke a boundary in your relationship. Thanks for listening. And remember, here at I Am Nine, we are about eradicating toxic relationship patterns, decreasing loneliness in partnership, increasing healthy relationship dynamics, and generational relationship growth. Thanks for listening, and remember, I am nine, nurturing intimacy and navigating emotions.